Hi, Moena, it's Michelle here from the Appearance Clinic in Rotorua, and today I just wanted to have a little chat about acne. Now, acne, as you know, can be socially debilitating. It can cause depression, and actually it can occur at any time during our lifetime. So typically we see it when there's hormonal changes going on. So, obviously in those teenage years, menopausal, and there are other things that can cause it as well. Your diet can cause acne, the products that you're using. You can be genetically predisposed to have acne. Medications, stress obviously, and illnesses like rosacea, but I'll talk about rosacea in another video because that's a bit more complicated and needs another sort of train of thought on it. So acne, there are different types of acne. There's common or acne simplex, or there's cystic acne or acne vulgaris. So the two different types are, so the simplex or the common acne is those little blackheads and pustules that you'll get on your face. They're quite small, but they can be quite hard little painful lumps that you have under your cheeks. Some can have whiteheads and some cannot. So you'll have a mixture of blackheads, whiteheads, papules, which are those small little tender lumps, and then you get pustules, which are the papules with little whiteheads on. So that's kind of the simplex acne. And then you move on to the cystic acne, where you get those solid, hard, painful lumps under the skin, or you can get those big cysts which are pus-filled and very painful. The skin gets very red and inflamed. So what can you do if you have acne? The first thing I would say to you is look at your diet. Now, we know that diets high in lactose can affect your growth factor. I think it's IGF. And it's a insulin-like growth factor. So if you have a diet which is high in lactose and dairy products and high glycemic index foods like your wheat, starches, noodles, things like that, what they do is that actually modulates that growth factor function, and it increases your oil production from your phylosebaceous units. Now that is a fact. So if anyone tells you that diet alone can't help your skin, that's wrong, but you have to take this like holistic approach to it. So the first thing you need to look at is, what are you eating? Cut the dairy out and get rid of the high glycemic index food. And you can just Google a list of that and it will tell you what all those high glycemic index foods are. Get rid of those out of your diet. See how it goes for a few weeks and then start thinking about other things, okay? If there is no improvement. Usually we find with that lactose removal and getting those high GI foods out, that your skin will start to change. 2, look at the products that you are using. So we often so a lot of people come in here and they're with their acne and they're being really harsh on their skin. We've had somebody recently that's had a sugar and coffee scrub because they wanted to get rid of the blackheads, and actually all they were doing was inflaming the skin even further. So if you think about acne as something that's happening underneath your epidermis, so it's in your dermal layer, you don't want to be scrubbing the hell out of your skin. Treat it gently. So we like to use some acids. So there are different types of acids on the market. There are AHAs, there are BHAs, and they do different things. Like alpha hydroxy acids, they're water soluble, they exfoliate from the outside in, they're anti-inflammatory, but they also are a humectant, so they help the skin bind and hold on to moisture, okay? So, and then we have beta hydroxy acids, which is your salicylic acid. It's fat soluble and it exfoliates from the inside out. So it will soak in and penetrate and then start lifting the debris from the inside out. It's also anti-inflammatory, but it can be drying on skin. So you've got some different things there that you can use, but you just have to take things carefully. Don't want anyone running out and going out and buying themselves an acid wash and using it 3 times a day, because you'll just strip your skin of everything. So, caution is needed with everything, but acids are a good way of exfoliating the skin that has acne without causing further inflammation. You can also use some probiotic cleansers. Or probiotic products. We have here, obviously, the Avante probiotic cleanser, which is very gentle. It can be drying on the skin, so we tend to just say like once a day, use it at night. And what it does is it regulates your skin's biome, because you want your skin to be working properly. Remember, your skin is an organ and it needs to have the correct things to work properly. So probiotics, and we got Cosmetic do a probiotic moisturizer that you can use in the evening. It's not super oily or greasy, but what it does, it maintains the skin's biome. So the other thing you can add into your little regime is retinoids. Now, some of you can get prescriptions from your GP for Retrieve. I think that's at 0.05%. Used at night, you can mix it in with a bit of moisturizer, and what the retinol does is help to dry out those sebaceous units. It will help the pores close, excuse me, it helps exfoliation, it helps the pores close, and it helps to slow down the oil release of your sebaceous glands. And then the other things you can think about are some supplementation. So zinc is a really good supplement for the skin. It helps to strengthen the skin. Now, if you're one of those people that gets those little hard lumps that don't seem to come to anything from acne, you might want to try the pantothenic acid. So that's a vitamin B5, because it metabolizes the fatty acids. And often those little hard lumps are all about fat getting stuck in the lower levels of skin, and you need those to metabolize through. So that's another good thing to try. And we obviously would recommend Solgar. You know, we can get that in here at the clinic, but you can get that at any good health food shop. And then environment is important also, right? So clean your makeup brushes. Set them on the window ledge in sunlight, because UV kills bacteria. So make sure that if you've got acne and you're using brushes, that you clean your brushes regularly, because otherwise what you're doing is you're using a brush on acneic skin which has got bacteria, and you're spreading it around, and then you put it down, and then you use it again tomorrow. So it becomes a breeding ground. So wash your brushes regularly, sterilize them. You can get some, I don't know, I think it's Glen 20 in the supermarket. You could spray your brushes with that. I tend to put mine in the sunlight because I know that the UV will sterilize them. Change your pillow slips regularly. Change your flannels regularly. Do those sorts of things. So what you're looking at is creating a nice, cleaner environment for your skin when your skin's in contact with things. So often people come in here and say, oh, I've got acne, what can you do for me? Or they've been somewhere and they've come out and they've got one of every product in the shop. Choose your therapist carefully. So when you come in here, you know, we're going to want to know about your family history. So because you can be genetically predisposed to get acne, we want to know about what medications you're on. What is your diet like? I'm going to want to look at your skin, and not just on your face. I want to look at your arms, your back. I'm going to ask you about any lumps you may get in your groins and any other areas, because there are other things that are going on with the skin that could be misidentified as acne. Okay, so we need to have a good look at you and do your research and find out if they've got a good reputation. So it's really important that when you get a skin therapist, that they're in a relationship with you, and the aim is to give you the best treatment. It's not about selling you a range of product. It's not about you know, making sure we get you booked in every 4 weeks for a laser treatment. Yeah, sure, those things can help, but that's not going to be the be all and end all of your acne journey. Most of the work that's going to be done in getting your acne in good shape is going to be done by you. We can only advise. Now, here at the Appearance Clinic, obviously our consultations are free, and yeah, because we're local and we want to do a good job with everybody. So just do your research before you go and jump down the line and buy a whole range of products.